Hi and welcome. I'm Kai and today is going to be a personal practice day, and this class is going to be geared towards getting into the hip flexors, getting into the hamstrings, and eventually moving towards the front splits, maybe with some assistance. So I've got 2 blocks, a blanket, and a strap. And if you have at least an intermediate practice, I welcome you to follow along and practice with me. And on that note, let's get started. So go ahead and grab a block, sit in a supported virasana with your shins and feet tucked under, ankles and inner feet gently hugging the block. And then start to press down through the tops of your feet, your toes, and your shins, and gently drag your inner thighs and knees towards each other. And close your eyes if that feels good, gently resting the back of your hands or your palms to the tops of your thighs. Let's just come into a centering exercise here. And with your eyes closed and your awareness not outside yourself, bring it all in and find your body, maybe even find your breath. With your mind's eye, notice what you feel. Notice the thoughts that come, and then let them go. And with your lower body gently engaging, once again, feet, shins, and knees gently pressing down into the earth. Start to engage through your core muscles, lifting through the pelvic floor muscle. Shift your shoulders over your hips and find a gentle length from the tailbone and your sit bones all the way up to the crown of your skull. Maybe notice if that created or made a little bit more space for a deeper breath. And start to notice the quality of your breath, allowing the sound of your inhales and your exhales to guide you, following the breath in, following the breath out. Notice where your body moves as you breathe in and out, the shoulders, the belly and the ribs, maybe even your mouth, your tongue and your lips. And we'll sit with this breath for about another minute or so. And if you want, you can give your inhales and your exhales a count, maybe breathing to 5 or to 10, or somewhere in between. And allow your breath to be slow, to be full, and intentional. And as we shift through the practice today, getting into this pose, lengthening this muscle, I want you to let this breath be the most important thing. And so no matter what shapes we make, or maybe we don't make them, can we breathe? Allowing this breath to dictate our pose rather than the other way around. Three more breaths. Two. And 3. And on your next inhale, slowly lift your eyelids, opening the eyes, gently bringing awareness back to the external world. And then staying in your supported Virasana, we're going to start with the right side. So gently press down through the top of your left foot, shin, and knee. And then you're going to just lift your right shin off the floor. And then as you do that, press down through the top of your right foot and toes. And then exhale, release, bringing the shin back down, and let's switch sides. Press down through the right top of the leg. Lift the left shin and knee off the floor, just stretching the top of the ankles and the top of the toes. Exhale, release. Let's switch sides again, just alternating left and right. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. You can bring your fingertips down, maybe palms if you can reach. I don't think so. And then inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, release. Inhale, right. Exhale, lower. One more on the left. Inhale. Exhale. Now at this point, if you're feeling pretty comfortable, you can remove the block from underneath your hips. If not, just leave it there. If you removed the block, don't settle your hips between your thighs or your heels. I want you to sit your heels right underneath your sit bones. And then we're going to do both legs at the same time. So if the block is still there, just leave them there. That's okay. And then shift the weight back. Maybe fingertips come behind you. Lift the shins and the knees. Gently squeezing the heels towards each other. Once again, lengthening the ankles and the shins. This is all I can go today. Exhale, release both shins and knees down. Let's do 5 all together. Inhale, lift. Draw the belly in. Exhale, release. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. I'm getting cramped. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2. And 1. Very good. Go ahead and sit forward. Tuck your toes. And then go ahead and sit back on your heels, stretching your feet and ankles in the opposite directions. Move the block out of the way. And then come to a Malasana. So from Malasana, I'm assuming that you can do this fairly comfortably without assistance. If you do need that modification, go ahead and take that. Find a nice tall upright spine. And then from here, you're gonna lift up onto the toes, tap your left knee to the floor, and then sit back into Malasana. Alternating, tap right knee over to the right, sit back into Malasana. Let's do that a few more times, just alternating sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And take a beat in Malasana, gently pressing your elbows into the inner thighs, thighs back into the elbows. Press your thumbs into your sternum, lift up tall through the spine, take a full breath in. Exhale it out. Bring your fingertips down, heel toe your feet in till they're about hip width distance. And then bend your knees deeply. And this is basically the first forward fold of the day for me. So I'm going to put a nice deep bend in my knees, bring my chest to my thighs, let my head hang heavy, let all of that energy go. Nodding my head yes, shaking my head no. I'm gonna look forward towards the top of my mat, walking my hands all the way to the top, and then slowly walk my feet hip width distance still to meet my hands. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthening from the heel to the tailbone, tailbone to the crown of the skull. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rooting down through the four corners of your feet. Rise up. Reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, release your hands to your heart. Let's do 3 rounds of sun salutations with a little bit of modification here. Just getting a little bit into the hip flexors. Inhale, reach up. High five. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up and lengthen halfway. Exhale, you're going to step your left foot back. Bring the left knee down. Inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana, bringing the palms together. Look up towards your hands. Exhale, fold forward. Place your hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Lift up high onto the toes. Exhale, send your heels down. Inhale, push forward, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog if that's in your practice today. And exhale, downward facing dog, maybe rolling over the toes. Can you pause on the top of your toes? And then flip your toes over. Inhale, lift the heels up. Exhale, send your heels down. Inhale, step your left foot forward this time. Bring the right knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, palms together, look all the way up. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your right foot forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift up, gently drawing the inner thighs towards each other. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rooting down, rise all the way up. Reach up through the fingers, ground through the legs. Exhale, hands to heart. Round 2. I'll give my plant a little bit of space here. Round 2. Inhale, reach up, high five. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up and lengthen. Exhale, stepping the left foot back. Right leg lunge. Inhale, reach up, look to your hands. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up onto your toes. Exhale, send your heels down. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga to the floor. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, rolling back onto the top of the toes. Maybe pause and flip the toes. Inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, send your heels down. Inhale, step your left foot to the top of your mat. Lower the right knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, palms together. Exhale, hands down. Step your right foot to the top. Inhale, lengthens you forward. Exhale, folds you forward. Inhale, reach up, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more round. Let's go. Inhale, reach up. High five. Good job. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, stepping the left foot back. Knee down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, send them down. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Maybe roll over the toes. Maybe pause on the tops of your feet. And flip your toes. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, send your heels down. Inhale, step your left foot to the top. Right knee comes down. Inhale, hands up, palms together. Exhale, palms down. Step your right foot to the top. Inhale, lifts you up, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Reach up through your palms, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a moment. Reconnect to your breath. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable. And with your thumbs touching your sternum, feel the beat beneath your hands. Listen to the sound of your breath. Moving on to the bulk of our practice today. Go ahead and I'm going to take a step back just so that I don't bump into my plant here. My poor Dracaena. With your feet hip width distance. Inhale, reach both arms up towards the sky. Bring your right knee in towards your chest. And try and bring the thigh to the chest. Belly draws in. Opposite standing heel presses down. Lift up through the fingers. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, putting a small bend in the left knee as I shift back, kicking the right heel back, warrior three. Making sure that my hips are squared towards the floor. Inhale, shift forward. This time I'm going to straighten my right leg, kicking my right heel towards my poor Dracaena here. And then exhale, step the right foot back and come into a low lunge. I'm going to take a second to adjust my stance here, making sure that my right hip is right over my right knee, left knee is right on top of my left ankle. Inhale, reach up through the fingertips. And then exhale, walk my left foot forward, extending through the leg. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, fold forward, keeping the sole of my left foot planted. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Variation of runner stretch. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Staying strong and engaged through the core. 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Notice how there's a mini bend in my left knee. Inhale, lift up. And that's because I can't straighten it all the way with the left sole prioritized. Exhale, fold. Bringing chest to thighs, lengthening through the spine. Inhale, lift up. I think I've got 1 more. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring the chest back up. Exhale, just release the hands. I'm going to bring my left foot back, plant my hands, and then this time I'm going to point my right toes. I'm going to create a little bit of length here, just making sure that I have the right distance. And pressing the top of the right foot down. And inhale, lift my left knee off the ground. And depending on where you're at today and where your flexibility is, maybe this is it. And then exhale, go ahead and release the right knee down. I'm going to add some movement here. Take this with a grain of salt. Listen to your body. With hands down, knees bent. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And your next breath in, inhale, straighten your right leg, maybe lift up. Exhale, plant your hands, knee down. 4 more times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold, knee down. Inhale, 3. Exhale, not 4. Inhale, 4.
Exhale. Inhale, 5. Exhale. And tuck your back toes. Inhale, step your right foot to the top. Inhale, lengthen, lift up. Exhale, fold. Get into those hammies. Inhale, rise up, shifting the weight into the left foot. Inhale, bring the right knee into your chest. Exhale, warrior 3. Kick that right heel back. Put a generous bend in your left knee. Inhale, shift forward, extend the right leg forward, kick a plant. Exhale, release your right leg down. Woo! Taking another step back because I shift forward. We're doing the left side now. Inhale, lift the left leg up towards your chest, Soft bend in the standing knee. As you bring that left thigh into your chest, push down through your right heel, lift up through your fingers. Exhale, teeter forward, extend your left leg back, warrior 3. Nice and even hips here. Inhale, shift back, shifting forward. Extend the left leg forward, kick your heel in front of you. Exhale, step back. Bring the knee down, low lunge. Take a second, making sure your feet, or your legs, I should say, are hip width distance. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, walk your right foot forward, prioritizing the strength and engagement of your right foot here. So my right knee is a little bent. Take a full breath in. Exhale, fold. Chest to thigh, long spine here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. 3 more. Two. Last one. And inhale, come back up. Hands to hips as you walk your right foot back. Just a little. Bring your fingertips or palms down to the floor or to the block. Point your left feet. Once again, just lift the knee off the ground, prioritizing the toes pointed here. So be mindful, shifting the weight into the big toe rather than sickling the foot, rolling to the smaller toes. Notice the difference here. Kick the heel in, squeezing in towards center line. Go ahead and lower your left knee. And take a full breath in. Exhale here. Rising up, inhale. Exhale. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Plant your hands, tuck your toes. Inhale, step the left foot forward. Lift and lengthen, stretch your hamstrings. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, bringing the left thigh back into your chest, Karate Kid. Exhale, warrior 2, 3. Inhale, extending the left leg forward, kicking down through the right heel, extending through the left. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up through your fingers. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, send them down. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, take a variation of a back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Maybe rolling onto the top of the toes. Unpoint your toes. Press down evenly through both of your heels here. And breathe. And from downward facing dog, inhale, walk your feet halfway up your mat. Being mindful, taking one step in front of the other until your feet are about halfway up the mat. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to a stand. Grab your strap or anything of the sort. Doesn't have to be a qualified yoga strap. What does that even mean? So if it doesn't have a loop, that's okay, as long as you can firmly grip the strap, whatever it might be, and preferably not a resistance band because that's stretchy. So you're going to, let's start on the left. Stand on your right foot. Go ahead and strap up your left foot just at the bottom. And then start by bringing your left thigh in towards your chest. Take your strap in your left hand, bringing the left arm to the inner left thigh. Let's start there. You can do whatever you need to do with your right hand here. Start maybe with that right knee bent, nice and sturdy here, so you've got some balance and wiggle room. And whatever you're doing with your right hand, stay balanced. Draw your shoulders back, staying lifted and open through the spine. Start to extend your left leg forward. Nice upright spine, staying sturdy, extending through the right heel, extending through your left heel. Maybe put two hands on your strap. Inhale, lift your chest, lift the thigh, and exhale, bend your knee. Slowly unloop the strap, stand tall. Let's switch sides. Just doing that once on each side. Go ahead and loop your right foot. Bring the thigh, knee into your chest. Arm comes to the inside of the leg. Gently hug that thigh into the elbow, elbow back into the leg. Do whatever you need to do with your left arm to keep balanced. Nice soft bend in the knee. Draw your belly in. Stay lifted through the chest, extended through the spine as you kick your right heel forward. Breathe deep. Stay engaged. And as you start to straighten the left leg, make sure you're pushing all the weight down through your heel. You're driving that heel down. Lift the chest forward, stacking shoulders on top of your hips. Take a full breath in and out. Slowly unloop, releasing the foot down to the floor. Go ahead and move your strap to the side. You can do that as many times as you need to. And come to stand at the top of your mats. Inhale, reach up through your fingers. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, send your heels down. Now from downward facing dog, inhale, lift the right leg up towards the sky. And then find a length from that right heel, pushing all the way up to the crown of your skull. Inhale, step your left foot to the top, your right foot to the top of your mat. Right knee comes down. And now this is where your blocks come in. You can use a combination of blocks. I'm gonna just use the medium setting, one block. I'm gonna shift my knee back, shifting my hips back and then move this block so that it supports the top of my, the top of my hamstring. So it's supported here. And you can use your other block here for some lift, for some support, whatever you might need. And I'm prioritizing the foot flat on the floor because that gets my feet engaged, that gets my toes engaged, and therefore the back of my legs, the hamstrings engaged. And so I'm staying lifted here, pressing down through my back toes, still extending through my left heel. Inhale, lift your arms up towards the sky, and then exhale, slowly sink. And then I'm gonna extend my right leg out. So I have a slight bend in my right knee here. I'll move this block so you can see. And that's making sure that I stay engaged through the back side of my leg. Inhale, lifting up through my fingertips. Exhale, soften. This is a super micro movement here, super subtle. Inhale, lift. I'm trying to lift my body off my block. Exhale, release. 3 more. Inhale. Lift up through the fingertips. Press down through my legs. Exhale, release. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Big breath. Last one. Exhale. And bringing my hands down, finding length through my spine. I'm still engaged in my right hamstrings here. I'm folding forward. And this time I'm going to plant the sole of my right foot down. Maybe it comes up just a little bit because I'm trying to go for length here. And staying engaged through that back heel. Inhaling, lifting. Exhale, fold over my right thigh. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I'm bringing my fingertips down. One more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. And then slowly, with support, lift up, walk my knee forward, walk my foot back. Move the block off to the side. Plant my hands, step back, downward facing dog. And then inhale. Lift the right leg back up towards the sky. And bring the knee forward. Lift up high onto the left toes. Bring the sole of the foot down, then shift forward. And I'm going to come into a wild thing here. Turning my palms out. Just lifting the hips up towards the sky. I'm going to place my hand to the back of my head. Slowly start to rotate my chest towards the ceiling. And then slowly rotate back. Sliding my right leg back. Whoops. Plant the left hand down. Downward facing dog. Going into side 2. Inhale, lift the left legs, hips squared. Extending out, extending down. Inhale, step the left foot to the top. Right knee comes down. I'm gonna walk my knee back. Find the block to the top of my hamstring. And rest it. Maybe I want to shift back just a little bit more. There we go. I'm prioritizing, just to start, the sole of the foot flats. And this side is a little different. It's a little bit tighter. So here I'm pressing down through my foot, just creating a little bit of space here between the top of the thigh and my hip bone and my core. I'm pressing and extending back through my right leg. Inhale, lifting through the fingertips. And then exhale, lifting the foot, pressing down through the heels. And exhale, soften. Inhale, lift and engage. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. In. Out. In. Out. And plant my hands. I'm gonna lift, just shift my stance here, because I'm gonna fold forward. So still staying engaged through this top leg. I'm inhaling and then exhaling to fold forward. I have to put a deeper bend in this knee. Inhale and exhale. Ooh, palms coming down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. 2 more. In and out. Last one. In and out. Lift your chest. Walk your knees. Walk your feet in. Move the block off to the side. Step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, send them down. Inhale, lift the left leg up towards the sky, same side. Lift the right heel off the floor. Bring the left thigh into the chest. Drop the right heel. Coming into wild thing, left side. Gentle back bend here, just stretching the hips in the opposite direction. Back of the hand, or hand comes to the back of the head. Gently lift the chest up towards the sky. And slowly come back, revolving, planting the hands, downward facing dog. Whew. Bring your knees down. Take a child's pose. Resting your forehead to the floor, belly between your thighs and hips to your heels. And let's take a round of, or 3 rounds of deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Deep breath in. 2. 3. And with that exhale, allow the weight of your body to melt towards the earth, draping in and over yourself. Lift your head, your forehead. And then we're going to come into a puppy pose here. So no matter how deep your pose might be, just do what you can. I'm going to grab the outer edges of my mat here. Shift my knees in a little bit. Maybe walk my hands a little further. And then making sure that my hips are more or less stacked on top of my knees. I'm going to press the tops of my feet down. And then start to gently sink my chest. Point my chin down towards the floor. Draw my belly in, making sure that I'm staying engaged in the lower body as well as the core. Being super mindful not to dump all that pressure into my lower back, because that sucks. And take a few breaths. Once again, intentionally pointing my chin towards the ground.
And then maybe even, if possible, pointing it towards the top edge of the mat. Getting a little more archy in the upper spine. And inhale, slowly roll your spine up, planting your hands. And then just push the center of your spine up towards the sky. Pressing through one palm of the heel of the palm, and then the other, like a cat making biscuits. And then find yourself on your back. I'll face this way. Not ready for Shavasana yet, just yet. So we're gonna do 3 rounds of back bends. And this can be as deep or as restorative as you want. The blocks are here, the blankets are here. Do whatever you need. We're gonna do 3 rounds. And so if you're going into the full expression of wheel, make sure your heels are in towards your hips just enough so you can brush the back of your heels with your fingertips. Draw your belly in, once again engaging through the core. And press your elbows, shoulders, back of the head. Plant your palms, and then lift up, making any pit stops that you need to make. This feels nice, so I'm gonna pause here, making sure my shoulders pull in, making sure that I have a nice stretch through my wrists, letting go of the butt clenching. Inhale, lift up. Ooh. Not the deepest back bend I've ever been in. I'm gonna turn my fingers out. Breathe. And come down when you've breathed at least 3 breaths. And take some deep rounds of breath. 'Cause I'd say it feels pretty darn good, especially since back bends are so exhilarating. Take some deep rounds of breath in between rounds. And then when you're ready for round 2, plant your hands. Maybe you're going for a restorative bend this time. Maybe not as deep. Or maybe you're going in the opposite direction and you're going deeper. Top of the head. Unclench my butt. And press up. I'm extending my forehead towards an imaginary wall here, making sure I get deep into the middle shoulders. And come down. Pause. Breathe. I'm going to go for one more round of wheel. And then I'm going to do some wrist stretches, because I was not expecting that to feel so intense today. It's intense but good. And my mind doesn't want to do another one, but I think that's just my anxiety. So I'm going to do another one because this is for accountability. All right, here we go. Round 3. Planting my palms, lifting my hips, placing my head down, inhaling, lifting up,
Pressing my forehead forward, unclenching my butt. Breathing into the space between my shoulders. Calming down. Flipping my wrists. Just breathe. Absorbing the dimensions that we created with our muscles, but also with our breath. And because I don't want to move, I'm going to do some wrist stretches, supine. So point the back of your hand up towards the sky with the wrist extended, and then maybe place fingertips on top, not fingertips, but fingers on top of fingers. And then gently pull your hand down, just extending the top of the wrist. And then switch sides. And with your arms extended, make some fists, thumbs on the outside, and then make circles with your fists. Moving in full range of motion, so I'm going all the way through flexion and all the way through extension. And my wrists are so crunchy, I can feel it when I'm in the full range on either side. Once you've made a few rounds, tee your arms out to the sides, maybe just cactus them, and staying a little bit engaged through the upper body. Cross your right leg over the left, thigh on top of thigh, not ankle to thigh, not a figure four. So thigh on top of thigh. Press down through your right arm, grounding that right shoulder down. Allow your knees to gently fall over to the left. Whoo, pop. I wonder if the audio caught that. And breathe deep. And if you're feeling extra, turn your gaze over and beyond your fingertips, even if your eyes are closed. Gently bringing your chin over towards the right shoulder, or towards the opposite shoulder that you were twisting. And slowly untwist, switching the twist of your legs, so the cross of your legs. Left on top of right, ground down through your left shoulder as the knees fall over to the right. Maybe bring your chin towards that left shoulder. And with each breath, soften the weight of your legs, the engagement of your hips. Deepen your breath. Inhale, come back to the center. And bring your knees and thighs into your chest. And either take your hands to the backs of your thighs, or to the outer edges of your ankles, or to your feet. And take a variation of Happy Baby. And so now we're moving into Endgame yoga class. And if you're still here, thanks for joining. I hope that you had a great session and that you were able to bring a little bit more awareness to your body, bring a little bit more attention to your breath, and hopefully
you have a little bit wider dimensions today, creating a little bit more space where it needs to be. And then extend your legs out onto your mat, maybe finding a nice prop to use for Shavasana. Allowing your hands to either rest to your belly or at your sides. And before I let you guys go, let's collectively take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's take a deep breath in. And with that breath, allow the weight of your body to melt, letting go of all control in your muscles, your joints, and your mind. Shavasana.